Been a lot on your plate, but I got what you need. You need a praise break. Get your praise on. Get your praise on. Get your praise on. Get your praise break. Get your praise on. Get your praise. Come on. Get your praise on. Praise break. Get your praise on. Get your praise. Come on. Get your praise on. Get your praise break. Get your praise on. Get your praise. Come on. Get your praise on. Hallelujah. 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 I can't help but praise. 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 3, 2, 1, go! Get your praise on. 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 Praise break. Get your praise on. Get your praise on. Get your praise on. Get your praise on. Break. Get your praise on. Get your praise on. Get your praise on. You wanna sit down on God? Get up. How you wanna sit down on God? Get up. How you wanna sit down on God? Get up. How you wanna sit down on God? Get up. How you wanna sit down on God? Get up. How you wanna sit down on God? Get up. How you wanna sit down on God? Get up. How you wanna sit down on God? All right now.
Hello, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the Queen's Corner, your noonday with Alisha Faye. I am excited. I have my special guest, more like my family, that's going to be joining us today. And so I want to jump right in, get this conversation started. But before I get started, I wanted to make a couple of announcements. I wanted you guys to remember that on March 7th, we're going to have our Share the Love event, which is our fundraising event for our nonprofit, the Palace Housing Inc. And so you're going to hear more information and see videos coming up. So that's going to be this Sunday at 6 p.m. So we want you guys to join in live with us. Be ready to hear what we do on a day-to-day basis. Yes, I love doing the Queen's Corner. However, I am the executive director of the Palace Housing Inc. And you're going to be able to hear a little bit more about what I do on a day-to-day and exactly what the Palace Housing offers women and children in our community. And so I just want you guys to mark your calendars, mark your notifications so that you guys could be ready to be with us and see what we're doing in our community. All right, so let's get started. I want to first welcome and tell you guys just a little bit before I bring them to the platform. Mekia and Duke Amos are here with us today. I'm excited you guys get to experience a little bit of their story and how they balance life, love, and law. Duke is an attorney, and his beautiful wife, are doing amazing things. And I wanted to bring them on today just to talk about just Black excellence and then how they balance in all the things that they have going on. So, all right, you guys, I want you guys to get ready. Show them some love. Let's throw up some hearts as we bring to the platform Duke and Mekia Amos. Yay!
What's going on?
Hello, my beautiful people. Hi, family. So I'm so glad. Thank you guys for being on today. As we talk about just what you guys have going on. Y'all are busy. You know, Torrance and I always talk about we have a lot of pots on the fire, but you guys are doing some positive things. And I want to welcome you guys. And let's just talk about some stuff. But before we jump into our conversation, I'm going to go back and ask some questions. So, awesome. You guys, we do this thing called the Wilson's Who's Who. And so I'm going to ask a couple questions and just raise your hand who this question best fits, right? All right, here we go. Y'all ready?
Yes.
All right. Who has the most shoes?
Me.
All right. Yay, go girl. All right. Who's the best dancer?
This one right here.
Get it, me. All right. All right. Who cooks the best?
Me.
I love it. Miss Amos is rocking it, honey. All right. Who takes out the dog the most?
Right here.
All right. I like it. Who plans all y'all amazing vacations that I get to see y'all go on? Who plans the vacation?
Both of us.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I like it. All right, who's the most romantic?
I
I don't know. I think
don't
we
know.
got the same.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah,
the
yeah.
same.
I
Yeah.
like it. I like it. I like it. All right. So here's the last thing. The person, who do you love the most in the room with you right now? Just point to that person. That would be, I
Definitely.
love it. I love it.
Definitely. I'm glad you asked that question.
I love that. Girl, I'm so glad you guys are here. I want to jump right in. Let's start with the one who had the most, Mika. My girl Mika. We celebrating women this month. I'm so
Yeah.
glad that you are here. I want to just hear a little bit about who you are and what you do. I know that you wear many hats, and I just want to hear what you got going on, girl.
Okay. So a little about myself. So I'm from Louisiana, so you already know that. My day job, what I do, I'm the executive director for the University of Houston College of Medicine. So we are building a new College of Medicine here in Houston. So I'm excited to be a part of that initiative. So I do that as my day job. Outside of that, I'm very passionate when it comes to health and fitness and women, period. So I had the opportunity to collaborate with a few ladies and we co-founded the Ultimate Woman Society. So we launched early this year, and that platform is really geared to educate women on all things. So not just motivating them through health and fitness, but teaching them things about, finances, teaching them about mental health, and just having a platform for them to connect with one another and share information. So I'm really excited and passionate about that because I love sharing knowledge and information that I didn't necessarily have growing up. So I'm able to really give back and mentor women and just, collaborate with women all over the world. So that's something that I'm working on now along with other women. And that's really it. Outside of that, it's just, my fitness thing and my journey where I constantly want to push women and just people, period, to take care of their health, and whether it's physical and mental. So those are the things that I work on day to day outside of doing my day job, which is also helping the community as well.
I love that. And I love how you are so, like, your vulnerability about just like your weight journey, right? Because a lot of women, we struggle with that, right? Not that we purposely do it, and I know for a lot of women, me included, I'm gonna speak for myself. Especially from being from Louisiana, we love to eat, honey.
Yeah.
We do. We eat for anything. The dog died, we're gonna have a barbecue. Anything. Cousin Ray get out of jail, we throwing a party.
Yeah,
we
party.
the food around everything that we do. So it's hard because I'm a foodie. I love to eat, and I don't exercise. So that's a bad combination in itself. And and even when I got married, I noticed that people kept saying, "Oh, you just gained that happy weight," and I was saying, "Well, can I be happy and still sexy and fine, honey?" But I noticed that I would eat more because I was comfortable. I was in a better place. I was in a peaceful place, and I wasn't stressed out. So I ate more because I was just comfortable. So I love that how you have this platform where we can go and have these conversations and not be body shamed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And are not being, like, we could be encouraged. So I want all those who are following us to follow the Ultimate Woman Society, and it's going to be on Facebook and Instagram, and we're going to have the information on as well. So that I'm glad you're doing that. So kudos to you, my dear, for that, because we all need a little encouragement, especially when things just happen in the community. Like even just last week with this Novit, right? With the winter, we ate. You are forced to be in the house.
Yes.
You are in survival mode, and you are eating, honey. So it plays a different factor. So I'm glad that we're going to have a platform that's going to be positive for women like me who struggle, with just maintaining the weight or exercising and all that. So thank you for that. I'm excited to hear more about that. All right. So Mr. Amos.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Amos, the Amos Law Firm. I like to make mention that you're the landlord eviction.
Exactly.
Yeah. And even though that's not the only thing that you do, because you've done criminal law, you've done personal injury law. So you kind of like you've touched a lot of arenas in the law firm. You're the second generation. Yeah.
Yes.
Your dad is an attorney. So let's talk about that. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. So originally, the idea came to me. I was in college and I didn't really want to pursue law. That wasn't really my thing. And I ended up going to court with my dad. And I also had a few friends that were a little bit older who had went to law school. And so at the time, I was a political science major at University of Louisiana Lafayette, which we all know, go Cajuns.
Yay!
And so I kind of got the idea maybe my junior year that that was a path that I wanted to go. I had basically just got off a line, you know, doing things with my fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi. And so my GPA during that time had dropped just because I was, you know, doing a lot of things, juggling the fraternity, juggling just life at the time. And so I had an opportunity to raise up my GPA, and that's what I need to do over my junior and senior year in college. So I was able to bring it up from what it was, which was not necessarily low, but it was low in order for me to get into law schools. You do have to have a certain GPA in order to get in there. And so I worked hard, made Dean's List for the 4 semesters that were in between my junior and senior year, ended up applying for law school. I'd been to Houston a few times with my friends, and I really love the city. I love the big city still, and just coming from Lafayette, which was a smaller town, I really enjoyed Houston and what it had. I saw that there were a lot of opportunities for growth. And so I ended up applying for a few law schools, and I got into about 3 of them. But Texas Southern University was the school that I knew that I wanted to go to. I always knew that I wanted to be in Houston. So I ended up getting into school, came out here, did the 3 years of law school, then took the bar, which was a total of 4-year practice. And then I ended up working for a law firm for about 3 years, 2.5 years, really. And that's kind of where I got a good grasp of all of those different areas of law that you mentioned earlier. Criminal law, personal injury, but we focus primarily on landlord-tenant law. And so it allowed me to be able to go in sort of like a niche of what, the legal area that I wanted to end up in. And so I ended up actually getting laid off is what actually happened. I've been running my practice for about 5 years now. So I ended up getting laid off about 5 years ago. And I was kind of like freaking out. I didn't know what to do. I had never been in this position at the time at the job. I wasn't making that much money, to be honest with you. And so I knew that I needed to hustle. Me and Mika had been together for probably about 1.5 years, about 2 years. And I had actually just proposed to her. So it was like, a large recipe of different things going on at the same time. And so I ended up stepping out on faith is really what I ended up doing, and opening up my own practice. And so I opened up my own practice. I ended up working from home for the first, probably a year, to be honest with you. I couldn't afford the rent, to be honest with you, and a big office suite. It just was too much overhead. And so I ended up graduating into an executive suite, which was like basically a suite by myself. And then the firm started to suddenly pick up. And so I ended up over the course of the past 3 or 4 years expanding. And now, I have people that are underneath me that are employees. The firm has expanded into Dallas, Austin, and San Antonio. And so we've basically, in the world of evictions, we are a well-known name as the Amos law firm. And so I'm hoping to stay on board on that, and become an expert in that area of law. And I enjoy doing landlord-tenant law because it gives me an opportunity to be the in-between landlords and tenants. I represent primarily landlords, but a lot of the landlords can be very harsh in the way that they do things. And so, unfortunately, a lot of the people that are getting evicted are people, of color. And so it gives me an opportunity to kind of be that in between. I don't want to keep going on, so I could talk about it all day.
No,
but
I love that. And that's one of the things I wanted you to kind of share, because a lot of times, especially since COVID, we've heard and seen a lot of people getting evicted because they've lost jobs. And I know that's probably, and because I know you personally, and I know that you are very family oriented, come from loving family that is so tight knit. I'm sure that you seeing, especially people of color or just anybody who's being evicted, it does something to you, right? Because you're like, wow, that could have been my sister, my cousin.
It does. I was just literally thinking about that yesterday. how it does start to wear on your mental, because you see people and they're in their last capable states, like they're in between literally a home and homeless. And
Wow.
so, a lot of times that gives me an opportunity to help them out as much as I can. I can only do so much.
Right.
But being in that position as a landlord attorney, it does give me some power to be able to assist others in order for them to, if they need more time to get on their feet and everything, it gives me that much time to be able to do that, and the power to be able to assist people in any way that I can. But yes, on a day-to-day basis, it definitely does start to wear on the mental to see people, families have to move in and maybe send their kids back to their grandmother, while they try to figure out in a hotel what they're going to do. And so it does get mentally wearing, especially during COVID right now.
It's a thing. It's a real life thing. And because of the type of work that I do, I get to experience a little bit of that as well. Having a lot of the calls of people just being evicted, and landlords are really not given grace. It's all about, hey, I need my money. Where's my money? And so
exactly.
I think that it's a sad thing, but it's a real thing. And another thing that you do, you are the founder of Suits for Success.
Yes.
So I want you to tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so I'm a co-founder, and so there's me, Edward Pollard, who is a councilman. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of him before, and then Vernon Johnson, who is another one of our partners. And we founded Suits for Success about 6 years ago, and the program is aimed at seniors in high school who may have or may not have had the opportunity to get a suit that they can wear to, on a going basis, whether it be to a job interview or whether it be to, just a suit in general. What we do is we take them through, it's usually about a semester long course where we teach them what we call our life goals, basically life sets. And so we teach them things from how to tie a necktie all the way down to how to balance a checkbook. We teach them things on credit. We teach them things on, how to fill out job applications, how to apply for jobs. We even put on mock interviews. Typically, we'll take the kids to places, and get them exposed to things that they may not have been exposed. And so at the end of the program, once they successfully complete it, they're given a tailored suit that they can wear to their graduation. And like I said, use further in life whenever they do get into college or if they're applying for jobs. And so the program has been excellent. COVID kind of deterred things for us, so we had to kind of pivot a little bit last year, but we were still able to serve in the community. And so we're actually growing. We've been getting a lot of phone calls. And so we're hoping to expand as soon as COVID is over and the kids get back into school. Wow. We're hoping to spread a little bit more throughout Harris County.
Wow, I love that. So do you have a place, is it where people could donate the suits as well? Like if we have, or if anyone that's watching say, oh, I have this really nice suit that I would like to donate. Is there a place where we can donate suits and nice ties and shoes or whatever to your organization so that we could help kind of like fulfill those suits and things that you may need for your men?
Yes. So we have two different drop-off ways that we do it. So typically you could just call my law office, tell me that you have some suits, and then we'll either arrange for a pickup or a drop-off. The other method that we use is that we partner with another nonprofit called Career Gear. And basically what they do is they're basically like us, but they provide suits to older gentlemen. And so she has an actual storefront that she uses on a daily basis. And I can get the information for the exact address. It's in the old Sharpstown Mall. They just changed the name up recently, but she's open usually in the mornings. And so we allow people to drop suits off over there as well. And so we partner with them in order to get the suits that we need for the semester.
I love it. I love it. Before we go to our next segment, I wanted to talk to my girl Mika real quick. Mika, you write some of the most deep posts. I love it because it's sincere, and I love that you're so open and vulnerable, because a lot of times we don't want to talk about our issues. We don't want nobody to know we have issues and things we struggle with. But I am a firm believer when you open up and share those weaknesses or those your vulnerabilities, you are really helping somebody else. You did a post, 8 tips for becoming unapologetic, right? Mm-hmm. And so I want to read a couple of the things that you wrote. These are tips for us to use, right? Cut off toxic people. Ding. Point number one. The second thing you said, don't dim your light, right? Number three, ignore society's unlimited options in BS. Like, don't limit yourself, pretty much, right?
Right.
Be strong and stand firm in your beliefs. Stop questioning yourself. And that's something that I think a lot of us deal with. Like, am I sure? Am I, because I think society and just culture makes you question, am I pretty enough? Am I good enough? Am I smart enough? Can I really do this? So a lot of times I know that this was a big one for me, questioning yourself. Another thing you said, point 6, you said, stop worrying about what people think of you. Lord have mercy.
Yes.
Because people are going to think what they want to think about you anyway, right? And so you said, number 7, judge less. This is good. Judge less and love more. Number 8, you said, don't apologize for who you are and how you feel. What were you like when you did this post? Like, what was happening to make you write? Because it was good. And I always said this was delicious because it was delicious. Tell us where were you when you wrote this post and what were you thinking?
So I'm a pretty transparent person, and I do believe that in order for me to be an effective leader, I have to show some of my vulnerabilities. So when I write a lot of those things on my posts, it's not just to inspire others. It's really for me. It's also, something that are experiences that I've had throughout my life that has shaped me into the person I am today and becoming. So when I wrote Being Unapologetic, one of the things that I'm noticing now, especially, with COVID, we spend a lot of time at home, we're on social media, and we get lost in that. We get lost in watching other people's lives or trying to be something that we're really not, or we're mirroring stuff that we see on social media, or we fear to release who we really are. So when I write those things, it's from a place of vulnerability where I want to show women, like, be unapologetic, be bold, be consistent. And through that, it's like, if you want to be yourself, then you have to love more and judge less. You can't judge someone for being who they are, but yet you're not who you are. So I love writing those things because it's my thoughts that pop in my head, and I share those things not knowing how people are going to receive it. So when I wrote that, I was really happy that people really loved it. I'm like, oh, wow, people are actually liking this. But those tips are really for women, for men, for everyone, just to be themselves. And also, I'm a true believer. I believe in God, and I believe that we all are created on purpose for a purpose. And we each have our own uniqueness, our own individuality that God had put in us. So I think that, a lot of times we get lost in the world where we want to mirror or do the things that other people expect of us and not what God expects of us. So good. For me, I really want people to think outside the box in the sense of, like, God created you on purpose for a purpose, and really focusing more on God and not what the world thinks. So that's kind of where I come from when I write those things, is to really inspire people.
I love it. I love it. So, all right. I wanted to ask this question. How long have you guys been married now?
3 years.
Yeah.
All right. So
it'll be 4 years in November.
Yeah, 4 years in November.
I was at the wedding, and Torrance and I both, we had so much fun. That was like, it was like traditional Louisiana, top-notch, first-class wedding, second-line dances. I had so much fun. Okay, hold on. Let me get myself together because I was really about to do this. I had fun.
Oh, wow. Well, you helped us with it, so that was your product.
It was, and I was honored. It was a blessing to be a part of y'all's special day. That really blessed my life, and I was honored to do that because I literally just watched Duke grow up, because his aunt Jackie and I are best friends, and I would see, I saw you guys grow up. So and when I met your beautiful wife, I was like so excited for you. it was just like I was honored to be a part of that. But it was so, like the kids, like the millennials say, lit. And then Dominique always tell me, Mom, like by the time you start using words, like we over that word. So
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
still kind of like old fashioned. So it was lit, and I had a great time. One thing that I wanted to talk about, even during the wedding, Mika, I learned because during our consultations and us meeting together, preparing for the wedding, I learned something about you. I learned that you love, not only remind us all of Whitney, but you love Whitney Houston.
Yes. Yes.
And I was like, so even for the wedding, you danced and did a whole tribute, and I love that. I thought that was so cool. Another thing that I learned about you, like even though you sometimes like really reserved and quiet, maybe when Whitney Houston come on, you get your Sasha.
Oh, yeah.
Whitney Houston fierce on. And so I want you to share with everybody that's watching, like, what is your favorite Whitney Houston song, and what is it about Whitney? We all love Whitney, but what is it about Whitney Houston that really just captivated you to love her so much?
Well, I sing. So growing up, I would sing a lot, and being raised in a Christian family, there was certain music that I didn't listen to, but Whitney was always welcome in the household. I think it was Whitney, Mariah Carey, and Celine Dion. So when I'd say 9, I started picking up singing, and Whitney Houston voice. It was just, her voice is amazing. I liked the style of it. It was very soulful. It had, a little bit of it. She was raised singing in church as well. So her story, and even though I know over the years, she went through her challenges in life, but her voice alone was just, to me, it was just pure, and I love it, and the songs, like, it was feel good music, she did fun music that felt good. And I just like the energy that she brought, watching her videos. And so, when she passed away, I think back in 2012, it was like a aunt, or someone very close to me passed away. I took it very hard. Like, it was, yeah, I cried. Like, yeah, my cousin.
I knew it.
My cousin asked that I didn't want to talk to them for about a week. I was like, I can't. I need to process this. They were laughing. They were laughing at me, but I was serious. I'm like, this is not. I can't. But yeah, so I'm a big Whitney Houston fan. I love my favorite song. I have so many songs that I love by her, but the one song that I would sing at every talent show would be "I Believe in You and Me." So that's probably my favorite by her. But yeah, I love Whitney Houston. So I mean, it's pretty bad. I think one of the pictures you showed was me comparing myself to her.
You look so much like her. Wow.
I'm glad you noticed it.
You do. On this picture, I was like, wow, they look a lot alike. It was crazy. And people don't understand when you like have a favorite musician or artist, like when something happens, it's like you're affected for real. Like,
yeah,
that's my people for real. So it affects you. All right, Duke, who's your favorite? Because I don't really know who's your favorite. I know who Mika's favorite is. Who's your favorite artist?
So I it's hard because I listen to a large variety of different music, whether it be rock, it could be music from the 70s, music from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, all the way through. Right now, I've been listening to a lot of Childish Gambino. I've been listening to a lot of him, but I would say of all time, think about that one.
And we love music. Like,
yeah,
that's
it's difficult.
It was y'all had a whole genre of different music.
Yeah,
it was amazing. So we had some Frankie Beverly and Mays. We had some Luther. It was, and I love that because you got to like mix it up for the young and it was good.
Yeah, and I think it's so difficult for me to say, because I listen to such a large variety of music. They're all of the different genres. To me, there's a different grade in every single genre.
Yeah.
But overall, across the board, since I was young, has always been Michael Jackson, obviously, in the Jackson 5. From that time on, moving forward.
Yeah.
And then also growing up in a Christian household, there was a group called Out of Eden that has always been kind of had a special place in my heart since I was young. And so I would say probably them that Out of Eden is definitely, because they've always made music all the way up until I think maybe 6 or 7 years ago. And their harmony is just, it's unparalleled, you know, the way that they harmonize together as sisters. And so I would probably say them, to be honest with you. It's not a group that many people know.
I remember them. I used to listen to them because of you. Because of you. Yeah. It was
so
they were sleeping on Out of Eden, honey. They were good. The
definitely.
worship, the praise. And it's sometimes it's hard. Like you'll have an artist, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but sometimes there's an artist that make really just good love songs, but not but for Whitney, I don't care what she could just and it would be a hit. Michael Jackson could just he and it was a hit. Like whatever.
Exactly.
Like some artists, no matter what they said, no matter what they did, it was a hit because they was just so talented in that arena. So another thing I wanted to ask, I know that you guys love traveling. And so any other great travels on your bucket list that y'all want to, like any countries, any places y'all want to visit?
So we do want to go on vacation because with COVID and everything, we weren't able to travel. The year before that, I think I had traveled maybe 6 or 7 times, you know, to different places. And so COVID was a huge wake-up call to not travel at all.
Yes.
And so at this point, with work and everything, I'm thinking about going back to a place that we've already been before, just because I know the lay of the town. And so what I really want to do is I want to sleep for about 6 or 7 days, to be honest with you. So I'm thinking about going back to Dominican Republic. We are at least, but we got to discuss it because I'm not sure if she wants to travel somewhere new.
Oh no, I'm fine.
Yeah, so
I just want to travel.
Yeah, so we just I really need some rest, and so I'm hoping that we can get somewhere where I do know it's definitely going to be somewhere that has a beach. It won't be like a New York or a Chicago or a city. It has to be somewhere where it's a small beach town. I don't even want a big beach town. I want a small beach town that there's not too many tourist sites, so it forces me to kind of just rest and relax instead of going on all those excursions, and doing all that other stuff. And I'm sure that she is the same way as well right now. I think we've already discussed it. So it probably will either be Dominican Republic. There is a place that we do want to go to. We've been wanting to go to Tokyo. We've been wanting to go to Japan. And so we want to make that happen, whether it be this year or maybe next year. It's definitely one place that's on our bucket list right now.
Yeah, probably just because of COVID. So once I guess everything with COVID start to die down.
I know COVID threw a monkey wrench in a lot of our travel. Yeah. And in some of the places, like I've traveled a little bit during COVID, and it's traveling is not the same. So the whole airport and it is just different. And so I don't even know. So I am going to be traveling next on the 15th, but it's just different. It's really different. And the crazy, and maybe not so crazy, it's so weird because of COVID. Even though you're not sick, nothing's wrong. People just cough sometimes. Right?
Exactly.
The weirdest thing, I was on a flight. I think I was going to Virginia, and somebody just coughed. Like just maybe they were drinking something and coughed, and everybody in the plane and looked at them like. It was so crazy. So I'm so praying for this to just pass. But it's just we're just in a new place, and it's strange. And of course, we want to be safe and have all our people around us safe as well. So I'm so happy that you guys came on. I thank you for just living a life of excellence and doing things and breaking some glass ceilings and going beyond what people say you can't do and you can't have and you can't succeed, and just no, it's possible, right? It's possible if you do the work. And I have watched you and your beautiful wife do the work. Even the dog is doing the work because y'all are raising a little baby Cujo. It's an attack dog, but it's it's a German. It's a he or she?
It's a he.
And a Doberman.
Doberman Pinscher.
Okay, he's an attack dog, honey. You don't ever have to worry about coming to your house and anybody breaking in because it's gonna be on and popping because y'all
Exactly.
are some things.
Yes.
So before I release the line, because I know you guys took some time out from work just to be with us, and I am so honored that y'all would do that. And I know y'all got to get back. But another thing that I just wanted to know, like, even moving forward, how can we, and I'm going to put a lot of the information, but if somebody want to reach you, because I saw a couple comments, people want to know like information about law, information about Mekia. Is there a website where they can go and find your information? Yeah, Duke, you can go first. Like if it's because I want to make a comment. They want to donate to the Suits for Success, and so where can they go? Can you give us your email or your business phone number or where they can reach you? And
they can reach me at 281-220-8474. But a better method would be to visit the website suitsforsuccess.org. And on that website, we actually have a portal that would allow you to contact us, and it'll go out to me, my partner, and the other partner as well. And we'll be able to contact you back. If not, you can always reach me at my email as well, which is damos@theamoslawfirm.com.
I love it. I love it. Mekia, keep doing your thing, girl. Keep being beautiful and great. I'm definitely going to be tuning in, watching all the great things and the information that you're going to be giving to us, you and your ladies. I'm excited for what God has got, the work that he's given to you guys in your hand. I'm so proud just watching you guys do things in excellence. Duke, I want to say thank you for loving your wife the way you do.
Always.
Because I tell people, one thing I tell people, not that we have perfect marriages or perfect lives, but I tell people like Torrance is my person. He is like God has made him perfect for me because of who he is. I'm able to walk in who I am freely. And it's a difference. So I can tell people who love their wives well because they can just be free in who they want to be and who they are. And they can just be unapologetic, like, hey, this is who I am. But and I don't know if our men or our kings really understand and realize this, is because when you guys allow us to embrace who we truly are and come alongside us and support us, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's so much easier for us to really the sky is not even the limits, right? It's like the galaxy is not the limit. We can really move in our full potential. And so I have seen that over the years. I've seen like even helping prepare for your wedding, how you made everything. Ask Mekia. You call me Miss Faye or Miss Faye. Ask Mekia. This like you always routed it back. I just want to make sure she's happy. I want to make sure this is her day. And you did your thing. You had your frat brothers in there dancing, and it was all those things. But you really made it her day, and I still see you making it about her, making sure she's healthy, and that my husband and I always says this: you love your wife to life.
Yes, definitely.
And we who are on the outside, because I always say somebody's always watching, honey.
Yeah.
They may not comment, they may not like your posts, but somebody's always watching. And you can tell how a man loves his wife by how his wife not only looks, just the things she's free to say what she want to say, and it's not like, oh, I better not, or I'm like, like Mekia said earlier, keeping her in the box. So thank you that you don't keep your wife in the box and you allow her to be free and vocal and have her voice. I love that. And in turn, it helps us. And Mekia, you can piggyback and agree. It helps us as wives love you guys better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen, church.
Yeah. Exactly.
They had this thing, happy wife, happy life. When we're in a good place and you treating us, and that's what Torrance and I always talk about, like, because my man loves me so well. Amen. And Torrance like, baby, I'm like, because I celebrate him because I could not walk into what God had for me, if I was still messing with or being with people who had me stressed out, you can't walk freely when you got women calling your man, women want to fight you for you. Y'all know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because now I don't have any of that, thank God. I don't have to worry about all that infidelity, all that craziness. And so now it allows me to just be me. It was always there. I just needed that person that was going to come alongside and say, you know what, honey, I know who I am. And so you can be who you are. And that's what I see when I see you guys. You guys, y'all remind me of Black excellence at its finest. Y'all doing y'all thing. I have never ever heard anything except positive and great things about you guys. So today I wanted to publicly on the Queen's Corner celebrate you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for representing our culture. Thank you for representing women and men in excellence. You know, everybody don't cheat. Everybody don't beat their wives. Everybody don't all the things that they say.
That's the thing. Is like there's good people out there. It's just finding that right person, right? And having that right person where you can really be yourself and grow. Like, you know, we're partners and I love him dearly, but I love myself as well. And that expectation of me, there's no codependency when it comes to our relationship where we have our own, he's his own individual, my own individual, but then we come together and collaborate. So we're best friends, you know, and I think that's what makes our relationship so fun. You know, I don't blast it all over social media. We're also pretty private too, but the love is there. So when you see us, when you see us in public together, you're going to see that energy that we bring to the table. But I'm grateful. I thank God every day that I have the right partner. You know, like I said, there's good people all over the world, but really having the right person that God really made for you and created for you, and just building on that and just knowing that, you know, a marriage isn't perfect. It's not going to be perfect. You're going to have disagreements, and Duke and I both have strong personalities. So there's many times where
I wouldn't expect anything less. But so I get it. Go ahead.
And when his family comes, they'll see us interacting, and we were like, look, this is just, you know, we're talking. Like, this is not us, you know, arguing with each other. It's just our personalities. And they love it because they'll laugh at us and say, y'all just, you know, silly. But that's just how we are. But, you know, for me, I'm grateful because, like I say, really, I stress that to all my friends and my girlfriends. I say, you know, person may be good, but make sure you find the right person that's for you, where you're not changing yourself. And Duke I can be myself. Like I can, you know, he said I'm the best dancer, but I don't have that much rhythm. I just love dancing. So, you know, if I want to just pop into a dance and run around the house, I can do that. Even though I'm in my mid 30s and I want to just dance and run around the house, he allows me to do that and be carefree. And like I say, not in a cage, because my personality, I can't be caged, you know? And so I appreciate that. And I love that about Duke. That's probably one of the best things that I love about him. I love everything about him. And that's one thing that I love, that he allows me to be myself.
The only time you might see me get upset is if she's singing Whitney Houston at the top of her lungs at 7:30 in the morning. Now that's a different story. That's a different story.
Back from the gym, I'm singing loud. He's trying to sleep.
She in her zone, honey. You know,
exactly.
We get her in her zone. Man, I love you guys. Once again, I am so proud of y'all. Keep doing it. However, the Wilsons could support or partner with you guys for whatever y'all have going on, because we know that y'all have our back. Anytime we need y'all, I'll call y'all there. So I am grateful for our family, but our relationship, our friendship, our partnership. I'm so grateful for this conversation. Thank you guys. I know y'all got to go get back, but I'm grateful that y'all just took this time to be with me and let everybody see what y'all doing. And I salute y'all for doing
so much.
Like, you guys are the Wilsons epitome and like a good picture of what Black excellence look like.
Thank you. We appreciate that,
guys. And until next time, because we're gonna have you guys back on. You guys have an amazing day. All right, Queen Corners, our kings and queens. You guys have an amazing day. God bless you. And until next time, y'all be blessed.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.